Just wanted to look around for a project I had to do for school, and it ended up I learned a great deal about my great-grandfather and my family's cultural heritage.
Apparently, in an interview I found, he was considered a village elder who everyone looked up to and respected. It said he even contributed to society. In India, dowries are a big deal. It turned out he did not approve of the dowry system, maybe because he was educated and very strict and disciplined. Well, he even protested against this dowry system and boycotted every marriage that used it. Being a respected elder, it was an honor for him to attend. He even boycotted his own cousin's marriage, which is a big deal because families were tight-knit. It's interesting because his idea caught on with some people and they decided to follow suit as well. This belief has been passed down throughout my family as a set-in-stone belief.
You really don't have to know what you're looking for. You just gotta start looking.
I was digging for my family's history, but I couldn't find any anywhere. But then I found Ancestry.com.
I knew my father grew up in Louisiana, but thanks to Ancestry.com, I learned that his family originally came from Wales and France, and have been in the town of Morgan City, Louisiana for a few generations. Some of my distant cousins still live there today. My father grew up there, and my grandfather owned a whole shrimp company. He named a boat in it after his children. I called my dad up to talk about it, and he told me that he left Morgan City for the same reason a lot of people left, because it was becoming less and less significant as a port. He went back a few years ago to visit his grandmother's funeral. He met up with some of his cousins over there he hadn't seen since he was young. When the funeral service was over, they went back to my dad's cousin's house in Morgan City and bought some crawfish to boil. They ate crawfish and told stories about the past 30 years, and suddenly it was just like they were old friends. Being from the South, my dad's family believes in good friends and good food. Crawfish is a Louisiana tradition. Sometimes even today, my family will order crawfish from Louisiana and eat it at home, and whenever we do, we always invite all our friends and neighbors and have a great time.
What are you without Ancestry.com?
So as I perused Ancestry.com, I came across a family member of my very own. My grandfather turns out had a remarkable history I never even knew. As I looked deeper and deeper into the story, I found my grandfather was a revolutionary figure, at least for his community. He lived in an area where no one ever escaped the local grind of farming and transportation. However, he stood out. He was always looking for more, looking for a better way of living for him and his family, and his story involved the struggle to try to get out of the cycle that his community was. It is not an easy thing to break out of the norm that has been held upright for so long, but he did it. Through sheer perseverance and help from only one other family member, he boarded a train out of his village without letting anyone but his uncle know. And he did it all why? To attend a college, a concept so new to his family, he had a tough time convincing them of what he truly intended to do. Then he went on with his life and lived a very nice lifestyle. But he does not forget his roots, the birthplace of his perseverance. He does his best to help out whoever he can, and wants to help all his family members go to college. No, he is not world famous, but he did what was needed for his family, and that is what's right.
Who needs swag? Ancestry.com.
Ancestry.com allowed me to have a better understanding of my family and where I came from. I signed up, and within a week, the server connected me to a story about my great-great-aunt during the time of the Indian Revolution. During this time, she was 24 years old and was about to get married to the man that would soon be my great-great-uncle. Gandhi and his disciples were about to come to the town and share their views on the British invasion. This was quite common since Gandhi was trying to gain support for his idea of nonviolent protesting. She gathered all the women of the town to help pickle vegetables. Pickled vegetables were commonly given to people that were going on a journey because they did not perish as easily. Once Gandhi visited, he as usual talked about his views, and my great-great-aunt was invited to help out during the famous Salt March. My great-great-aunt decided to decline the offer due to many casualties that the revolution has taken already. This story was significant to me because it shows how my family stands up for what they believe in.